So happy Good Friday, happy Easter to all my prostate cancer survivor bros, and those who are just starting their journey. Uh, Making a follow up. April 11th was 4 months since my surgery, so I'm gonna kind of go back through um, kind of a brief synopsis of what's been going on since I had the surgery December 11th, with my girls in the background making a bunch of noise on a nice, beautiful day here in North Carolina. So, as you know, I had surgery December 11th. I had posted some videos on that. I wore the catheter for 8 days. Went in on the December 19th. Must be somebody walking down the Greenway. Got that pulled out. Went in with my wife, and the count of 3. Septic count came out on the count of 2, and painful. They gave me some pyridium, which turns your urine rust, but it helped with kind of the pain afterwards. I mean, I would say after it was out, I was probably fully incontinent for about a week and a half. Taking the pyridium, then I got some Systel to help with the burning pain, because I had that lasted until probably first week of January, because I decided that just because I had prostate cancer and got a surgery, I was not missing a cruise. I had planned the cruise 2 years ago. So I made sure that I made the cruise with a group of friends. That was January 5th of this year. I packed way too many diapers, which I wanted to be prepared. I didn't know what to expect. I kind of, my plan was, we flew down, and my plan was to see how long I could hold it until I had to get up and pee, which I usually lasted on the flight about 45 minutes. And then we rode the Brightline train from Orlando down to Miami. And that run, there wasn't much as an issue. Wasn't as many people on the train as on the plane. Had a great time on the cruise. Just, leaked. Never had any incontinence. Just leaked. Same thing on the flight back. Trying to, all right, I looked at my watch and go, all right, this is how long I'm going to try to hold it. End up meeting most of the times the thresholds of having to, go in there and make the best of it, of sitting down to pee in the little bathroom there on the plane. But got it done. Came back, and because I was out of work from December 2nd to January 21st. So when I got back from the cruise, my next step as part of this journey, is I went and got my tattoo before I went back to work, kind of as a way to approach people. People want to approach me when they see me and ask me, and I'll tell them about my journey. I've met a lot of bros out there that's had prostate cancer. I'll talk about it any chance I get. Like I said, I went back to work January 21st, so I graduated myself to wearing the guards. Went back to work. A lot of having to go to the bathroom, pee, and leaking. And then February 5th, I started a Biofeedback, where I went in, met with a nurse, and she said, all right, you drink coffee? I was like, yeah, just dark coffee, black coffee over ice, that's it. You drink any type of Diet Mountain Dew? I said, yeah. I said, I've kind of worked my way down to one a day or one every other day. She said, you got to eliminate that before we start this, because aspartame makes you leak. I said, okay. And then she gave me some quick squeeze exercises, and then she straps these little sensor pads in between my butt cheeks, kind of like, I don't know if you've ever been to the chiropractor, they put the ones that stimulate your muscles on your back to measure, what the last stopper we got. Us guys that had our prostate cut out and the butthole muscle. And so she measured it and said, yeah, it's still fatigued, just like the inside, from the surgery. So set up doing these quick squeeze exercises, and then I came back in March. Well, before that, I had 1 cup of coffee in the morning before I go to work. No Diet Mountain Dew, no aspartame. I did have one bout of incontinence. I went to a wedding. I made sure I wore black pants. Drank at the wedding. I drank a lot more on the cruise and never had any incontinence. But this is, if we all know, this is the ups and downs of this thing. And I made it good through almost towards the end of the wedding, and then for some reason it just let loose, and the guard couldn't contain it all, and it is what it is. And that was February. It was actually on Valentine's Day, the wedding. So that's the last time I've had any type of incontinence. Well, it was, the week and a half after I got the catheter out, and then went that whole time, then started these exercises and eliminating only 1 cup of coffee and aspartame, and lo and behold, I had a damn incontinence outbreak, but I haven't had one since. So the ups and downs of this thing. So when I went in March, got measured, she stuck the pads up in there again and checked the old butthole muscle, and it was getting a little bit stronger, still a little fatigued. And I had a murder trial coming up, so I told her, I said, I'm still wearing guards, but it'll be about a week and a half, and not quite sure what to expect, so I'm just going to wear a diaper because I just want to make sure I'm good. A lot up and down going to the bathroom. Usually I'll sit at the table with the prosecution, but I sat in the first row because I knew I was going to be up and down. I had to testify 4 times, but when you got up on the stand, it kind of like you forget about that you're going to have to go to the bathroom, unlike when you're sitting there and you're worried and then you're going to the bathroom like once an hour. So made it to April, which we are at now, and during my on call I graduated myself to shields because I could tell that things were getting better, less leaking. So now I'm wearing shields, less leaking, still doing all my quick squeeze exercises. I don't go again until April 30th to check the old butthole muscle again. Probably one of the things I do is sometimes I wait too long. When my body's ready to be able to hold pee longer, it will. And so sometimes I kind of hold it too long instead of when I feel it go. And sometimes it'll break the seal a little bit. It's not too bad. It feels like it's worse, but then when you check the shield while you're sitting down peeing, you realize it wasn't too bad. You did all right. Started the Cialis, Christmas Day, 5 milligrams, the first 3 months. So in March, when I finished up the first 3 months and started on my second 3 months, I talked with the doctor, and so I'm doing 10 milligrams of Cialis. Feeling back down in there. No erections yet. Wife and I, we do we call it naked dry humping. That's been fun. As you know, that's probably one of the last things that'll come back. I'll get this rearranged plumbing straight, and I feel like that's probably going to get even better here in the next 2 or 3 months. Like I said, I talked about it in some of the other videos, I lost the right nerve bundle because the surgeon told my wife that the tumor was at the perimeter, and I guess it was near some of the nerves, and so he had to cauterize it before he cut the whole thing out, put it in a little bag and pulled it out. But I mean, I can tell there's, feelings are starting to come back down there, so hey, I'll take it. I know I still got a ways to go with that. No biggie. Getting ready to go on another cruise, so I'm gonna make another video. Probably while we're on the cruise, kind of let you know where I'm at. It was always nice on the cruise in January when I could just wear my bathing suit because I knew I was just leaking and have to wear no diaper because like I said, I packed way too many diapers. Oof, like kilos of diapers, and I didn't need that many. So like to see, I go at the end of July, kind of see where I'm at, if I'm still in the shields, or maybe I'm going to venture out and get a little brave and not have to, but I'm sure I'll take something just for precautions because it's still early in the game. But I just wanted to give a little update. It gets frustrating, it's up and down, but like I said, we're alive, we're survivor bros, and it'll be all right in the long run. So until next time, everybody take care.